Hello class, this is Microsoft Excel on SimNet Pause and Practice 2-2, Chapter 2, Pause and Practice, Chapter 2, Exercise 2. Okay. For this, you will need a copy of your completed Pause and Practice E2-1, which I have here. Try to make a copy of that and start with the copy. Now we're going to start with it. First task here is I have half of the instructions and half of the file, so it is easier to navigate between both. However, if you want to maximize it, you can navigate with using the mouse at the bottom of your screen. Okay, let's start. First task is to save the file. File, save as, browse. It says you have to save it as your initials, PPE 2-2. Okay, and I'm saving it in my documents. Click save. Okay, right. Next we go on to the second. If there is enable editing, normally it doesn't come, but if there's an enable editing, please click on that to make your file editable. Okay, now we go to task 2, calculate the median and mode of a range. Click on rate sheets. If you take a look at this, there are more than one sheet here: rental income, break even, profit and loss. So we do have rental days, we have so many rates and so on. Okay, so make sure that you are in the rates tab. Make sure you click on the rates tab and then select the rate sheet tab, select D21. To go to D21, you can either type D21 here or locate D and then go on to 21. Either way, it takes you to D21, which is right here. Okay, so we are to calculate the median now. So let's go to the median now. Okay, so click on more functions button in the formulas tab, functions library. So if you click on the formulas tab, there is a functions library tab, if you see here. Okay, go to the statistical button, which is actually this one. If you maximize it, you will be able to see that. Hold on, let me just show you how to look at the statistical part. If you maximize it, you will see that in the function library there is a if you take a look at this, there is more functions, there's statistical here. Okay, so you in the function library, if you maximize it, you'll be able to see, but because we are trying to minimize it, we are trying to work with that. Okay, just letting you know, so it's easier for you to find out. Okay, so it's asking us to go to, let me just check it. So we are finding the median rent of all the rents that is available. Okay, let's just take a look at this. Let's resize and see. Okay, let's resize it. Okay, hold on, I'm trying to resize. So we are in D21, we are calculating the median. So we are here. So click on more functions and select median. You could type M, or you can just scroll down to select the median here. You can click on more functions, statistical, and median. Let's go down to median. Median is here. Okay, now it brings out the arguments formula. Here it says D5 to D19. Here it says D20. So correct it to D19. Okay, because if you see this one, D20 is blank, so do not include that. Correct it to D19 and then click OK. The median rent is 325. It says here the result is 325. Good. Now select cell D23. D23 is right here, which is the common rent amount. Now we are doing the common rent amount or the mode, okay, the mode of the series. Let's just go up here. So there you go. Okay, I'm just making sure that we are all able to see all of them. Okay, let's see. We are in D23. It says select cell D23 equal to MO. Type in the formula autocomplete set. So you could just type here equal to MO, and it automatically brings out the autocomplete menu. In that, we need to select mode SNGL. Okay, so when you click on MO, it's going to bring you this. So select that, double click it, and then select cells D5 to D19. So if you see, automatically the parenthesis has started. All we have to do is we have to select from D5 to D19, which is from here all the way till here. Click and drag, and then when you hit enter, it's automatically going to close the parenthesis. For some of you, if it does not close the parenthesis by itself and gives you an error, try to close the parenthesis after D19. Okay, but for me, when I click enter, see, it will automatically close the parenthesis here. So 245 is the answer. If you go and see the formula, the parenthesis would have been closed automatically. If it does not close for you and you see an error message here, please close the parenthesis. It will automatically get rid of the error. Okay, the answer is 245. You're right. Okay, now we want to know the number of properties or count the number of properties. So we're going to use the count function. Let's go to task number 3. Select D22. Now we are in cell D22, which is here. Again, type equal to and COU. It will automatically bring up the autofill functions here, and we are going to select the count from the list. There are so many, but we have to select the count list, and automatically it opens the parenthesis. So now we're going to select again, once again, D5 to D19, and it's going to count how many items are there. And when you hit enter, see, it's going to give you 15. If you count and see, it will say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Actually, it's 15, so it counts the 15 for you. Okay, you can use that in any of your worksheets in future, the count function. Okay, now we go to task 4, complete results with autocomplete. Now select D5 to D19. Once again, we are selecting D5 to D19, and then right click in the middle of the status bar. See, this is actually called the status bar at the bottom. Here, if you see, there is 100, the view is there. You can reduce the views and increase the views if you want, the size. Here you go and right click anywhere. You can keep it anywhere here and right click, and it gives you all the display formulas there, functions there. So it's asking us right click on the status bar and verify that the count is checked. If you see count is checked here, if you see count is checked, and as are average and sum. There is average and there is sum. You can take a look at the sum. Here there is sum is also checked. Make sure that they are all checked. This is auto complete function. Okay, right. Now left click anywhere to close the menu. Okay, and then control home. It will tell you to for example, compare the result of D22 to the count set. For example, if you right click and see, you'll be able to see that the count, we are in rental income. Okay, sorry. We were in what sheet? Rates sheets. We were in the rates sheet. So let's go back to the rate sheets and see. If you right click, in the rate sheets, and if you click on the let's maximize it, and then you can, this is the status bar. Here you go. If you click the count, it says 15. Here also we use the count function, it is 15 here. Okay, Now let's minimize it, go to the next task. We are going to go to task 5, count the labels in a range. Click the rental days sheet tab. So we go to rental days now. Make sure we are on the correct page or the sheet while we do all these exercises. Okay, select cell D26. So in order to do that, type D26. It will take you to D26. Here we are going to find out the number of Michigan properties. Okay, so here we click on more functions, again formula tab, function library, and point to statistical. Formula library. Here you go to more functions, statistical, and we are going to select count A. Count A is a function. It brings out the arguments window. Let's be clear. Okay, now in value 1, okay, we are going to select the cells C12 to C14. You can either in the value, verify in the value 1 box the default range. So we are going to go and select C, or you could just type it here if you want, or you could go and select. Anyway, you could do that. C12 to C14. So we're going to delete this and say C12 colon C14. You can either do that, okay? You can either do that, or you could go and double click and select that like that, okay? Right. Let's do the typing. Then we go on to the value 2 box. Select cell C16. So here we do C16. You can either type it or you can go and type. You can select it, okay? And click OK. And here you will see the number 4 here. That means there are 4 Michigan properties. Let's cross check that. If you see MI, there's 1, there's MI2, MI3, and then there's MI4. So there are 4 properties in Michigan, okay? Now we go back. Select D27, which is here, D27, or you could type D27 here. We are here now. Now we are going to do the same for Illinois. Okay, so you can either go back to statistical and then go back to count A, or you could do a autocomplete function. See, equal to COU. As soon as if you enter, see, it gives you a count A. Now select this function. Okay, and then once again we are going to type C9 comma C18 and press enter. So let's check how many Illinois properties are here. 1, 2. So there are 2 Illinois properties. Okay, it automatically counts. We don't have, but I'm just checking it for you just to show you that the function returns the correct value. Okay, right. That's the end of task 5. Now we go to task 6. We are going to be using if function, okay, to find. Now we go to the profit and loss sheet or profit and loss P&L tab. So click on the P&L tab here at the bottom. So now we are in a different sheet. We are in the P&L. Okay. Now let's go on. Select cell B31. So we're going to go to B31. You can either scroll and find out which is B31, or you could just type B31 here. Now that we are here, let's go to B31 and click logical function or the logical button, which is here in the formula tab in the function library. Click logical and select if. Okay, if. Now again it returns a function argument box, and now we're going to select, okay, in the logical test button, click the cell B30. So we have to select B30. There we go. We select B30. See, it automatically returns the word profit margin. Okay, right. Next, the range name is substituted. Instead of B30, it says profit margin. Okay, right. Because the cell has been renamed. If you remember in the last exercise, we learned about renaming the cell. Okay, right. So profit margin. Immediately after profit margin, you type greater than or equal to. So we type greater than or equal to, and then 25% immediately. 25%. We have to test it. Just follow the direction. So select the cell B30. Immediately after that, type greater than or less than or equal to 25%. And in the next tab, value if true box, that's the second box that you have. Type if it is true, type goal met. Okay, that's what it says in F. Now in G it says press the tab, move to value if false box. You press the tab, it takes you here. It automatically assigns the colons if you see that. Okay, you don't have to worry about that. Okay, right. Next is if false, return the value. Here it says type goal unmet. Goal unmet. Okay, so in the value if true, you're typing goal met and press the tab, go to the next value if false tab and type goal unmet. That is the instruction. Click OK. It will automatically, see here there is no quotations, but when you click OK, it automatically assigns the quotation. If it does not, you could go and manually do that. If it's giving you an error message, please go and do that and finish the quotations like that. Okay, but for me, when I hit OK, it's automatically going to do that. See here. The answer is goal is met because it's 35%, sorry, 39.06. So it's going to be goal met. Okay, good. Now click the center button to align this. So goal met, it is left aligned now. Go to home page, home tab, alignment and center. It is centered to the cell now. Okay, good. Now it says edit a range name and copy the formula. Fill pointer, use the fill pointer, which is fill pointer, we know this is fill pointer, and copy the cells from B31 to C31 and D31. Okay. Now here if I let it go, even though there are no values here, it still says goal met, which is inaccurate. It is showing inaccurate results. Okay. Now I've got to go to the name manager button in the formulas tab, define names. Here you go. Define names, name manager. Click on profit margin. There you go. See, it says click profit margin in the list of range names. Click on profit margin. Here, if you see, it just says from the P&L only B30. Okay. So it says B profit margin. Click the refers to entry box here. It says refers to entry box here. And then it says here it's only B30. That means it's only this reference. I've got to enter the reference of B30, C30 and D30. Okay. So we've got to go back and click on this and select these two also. There you go. So it is C30, sorry, B. It has to be all the three. I'm sorry. Okay, here you go. See, B30 to D30. So all the ranges are selected. Now click close. Automatically, if you see all this, results are going to be changed. Okay, so we're going to see this. So this is equal to, oh, there are two functions. No, there should be just one. Okay. There we go. No. The range is wrong. I'm just trying to correct that. It just has to be B30 colon dollar B dollar 30. That's how it has to be. Okay, P&L semicolon dollar. I'm just copying the entry right from here into here. Okay, and click close. Yes, see, immediately this one changes from goal met to goal unmet because these are blank. Okay, right. Press Control and Home. Normally, Control and Home, wherever you are in the sheet, it will take you to A1. Okay, right. Next, we go to task 8, build and copy if function. So, click on the guest data tab. we are going to go to the guest data tab now. Again, once again, there are several tabs or several sheets. Go to the correct tab before we complete. Okay, right. Now we go to select cell D4. So you can type D4 or you could just select D4 here because it's in the top. It's easier to rotate. Okay, now click on recently used button in the formula tab, function library group. Function library group. This is actually recently used here. And click on this and select logical test. If. Select the if button. Recently used and select the if button. In the logical test, type C4 or select cell C4. You could do either one, C4, whichever. Okay, or you could just type. If you don't type, you could just select. That will again do the same function. C4. Okay, now let's see what it does. Greater than operator. So type greater than C4 greater than and then type 5, number 5 immediately after the greater than sign. Value if true. If it is true, you type VIP. Press the tab. Automatically again it will assign the double quotes here and it will move to the next one. If false, you type not yet. Okay, we are in H, task H here. Again, when you click OK, it automatically assigns whether it's a VIP or not a VIP. See, if it is greater than 5, it tells you VIP. If it is 5 or less than 5, it tells you not yet. Let's see. See, it says not yet. Okay, now click OK and the first client is not yet to the VIP level. Good. Now double click the fill pointer in the D4. Now if you go here, it becomes a fill pointer. If you see this is a regular cursor and this is the fill pointer. Double click, it automatically copies the formula, not the exact formula, but the reference of the formula. For example, this is 6, so VIP, 8, VIP, 5, not yet, 3, not yet. So it uses the condition. Okay, if C4 or the value is greater than 5, for example, when you go to the second one, see, it will say C5 greater than 5. Here, if you go here, it says C6 greater than 5. If you go here, if it's C7 greater than 5, it's VIP. Okay, just okay. From time to time, please make sure you're saving your file. And now we are in task 9. Okay, task 9, we are going to be using the payment function from the formulas. So to do that, click the bicycle sheets. So we are going to bicycle sheets now in the Excel worksheet. Bicycle sheets and select B7. So you can either type B7 here or just locate B7. B7 is right here. And we are going to financial tab in the formulas tab, function library group. For formulas, okay, we go to financial button here and then we select the PMT. You can go down and select PMT here, PMT, and then again, once again, it brings out the argument box. So I'm just going to move it around so we can see the instructions. So in the rate box, click B6. So select rate and select B6. There you go. Okay, or you could just type B6 here. Okay, right. Immediately after B6, type divided by 12. Divided by 12. Okay, and then click the NPER box, and in that select B4. So you can either type B4 or select the B4. Okay, you can do that. Sorry, a B5. We're doing B5, not B4. B5. Okay, next. Times 12 immediately after that. After B5, type times 12. Okay, because to multiply it for a year, 1 month, so you have to type. And in the PV value, present value box, PV box, type B4. So B4, or you could just select it. Okay. Now click the FV box and leave it blank. Okay, and type 1. In the type box, type 1. Okay, now if you click OK, it should give you the answer, which is 2 minus 209. Okay, let's see if it is working out. There you go. It says minus 209. Okay, now we have to copy the formula in B7 to C7. From here, we have to copy it. So you can either go to home, copy, and then copy it here and paste. Right click and paste. You can do that. Or you could just do Control V, which is paste. So here in C7, you should get the answer 259. So we get it here. Okay, press Control Home wherever you are. Press Control and Home. It takes you to A1. So that's the end of task 9. Now we do task 10. Okay, so to do the task 10, we do you can use XLOOKUP or VLOOKUP, whichever you're comfortable with. You can use it. Okay, I am just going to use show you VLOOKUP because XLOOKUP is not available in certain versions of Excel. So all you have to do is select the Startup Sheet tab. Okay, Startup Sheet tab is here. So select the Startup Sheet tab and select C4. So we are in C4. That's here. Okay, C4. The individual costs are missing. Okay, right. So, but they are listed in the rate sheet. If you see here, night lights, what is the cost? We don't know, but it is listed in the rates sheet. If you take a look at the rates sheet here, you see night lights, towel sets, folding chair. They're all available here. If you see, there you go. See, night lights, towel sets, they're all available here. Okay. Now we are just going to use this formula to look up the rates from this sheet and bring it over to this sheet. Okay. So let's do the lookup reference. How do we do it? So we are in the lookup reference formula tab, function library. So let's go back to formula, function library, which is here. In that, select X lookup. Okay. It's normally in the lookup and reference. If you maximize it, you'll be able to see lookup and reference. You could look up as we lookup, or you could either go lookup, see like this, we lookup, you could do this, or you could just type in the formula that is given here. Okay, see we lookup, you can even, I don't know if you can copy it. No, you cannot copy it. So we can just go and type it there. Okay, for example, see here, equal to we lookup A4, you have to type it as it is, comma, rates $J $4 colon $L $14 comma 3 comma false. Okay, you can type this formula if you want, just checking up VLOOKUP A4 rates exclamation $J $4 colon $L $14. See, now I have made a small mistake. If you make any mistake, the function will not work. $L $14 comma 3 comma false. Now if you enter this, it picks up the rates from the rate sheet and brings it right here. Okay, that's called a vertical lookup or VLOOKUP. There you go. Let's go check if night lights is $3. Okay, let's go to the rates and check if the night lights is $3. Here, night lights is $3. Here, you see this? Okay, now we can just copy the formula. Okay, you can follow each and every one of these steps, or you could just type in the rate, VLOOK or XLOOKUP. Okay, now we're going to copy the formula from C4 to C15 and C14. Let's go back to this. So we're going to copy this. Go to home, clipboard, copy, and then we are going to paste it here, right here. Paste. There you go. So it picks up from the rates and bring it here. XLOOKUP is a very, very useful function. You can look up the number or the cost or the rate from anywhere in that Excel worksheet. Okay, that's the end of task 10. And now we're going to insert a today function. Select A23. You can